Use a metal skewer to check meat temperature against your lip. One of Grandpa's timeless grilling hacks involves using a metal skewer to check the meat's temperature. Instead of relying on a thermometer, which was not available during his time, Grandpa would insert the skewer into the center of the meat, then touch the tip of it to his lip. If it feels warm, the meat is cooked medium, and if it's hot, the meat is well done. This simple trick provides a quick, easy way to gauge doneness without fancy gadgets, just like Grandpa's resourceful approach to grilling. Barbecue sauce timing. One of the key tricks Grandpa swore by was knowing the right time to apply barbecue sauce. Slathering it on too early can cause the sugars in the sauce to burn, leaving a bitter taste on your perfectly grilled meat. Grandpa's rule was to apply sauce during the last 5 to 10 minutes of grilling, allowing it to caramelize just right without charring. This approach ensures that the meat soaks in all the saucy flavor while still maintaining a delicious, unburnt crust. Use chicken thighs over breasts. When it comes to grilling chicken, thighs are often a better choice than breasts. Thighs contain more fat, making them juicier and less prone to drying out over high heat. They're also more flavorful, adding richness to any dish. Chicken breasts, on the other hand, can easily become tough and dry if overcooked. Opting for thighs ensures a tender, moist bite every time, whether you're making barbecue chicken or grilling them for salads and wraps. Charcoal versus gas grilling. The charcoal versus gas debate has been ongoing among grillers for years. Charcoal grills provide that authentic, smoky flavor, thanks to the burning briquettes, making them ideal for burgers, steaks, and other hearty meats. However, they require more time and effort to manage. Gas grills, on the other hand, offer convenience, quicker heat-up times, and easier temperature control, but they don't deliver that same deep, smoky taste. Choosing between them depends on what you prioritize, flavor or ease. Wrap fish or veggies in corn husks for moisture. For perfectly moist grilled fish or vegetables, try wrapping them in corn husks. This method traps moisture, allowing the food to steam gently as it grills, while also imparting a subtle, earthy flavor. Corn husks offer a natural alternative to aluminum foil, which can sometimes trap too much heat and overcook delicate items. Whether grilling flaky fish fillets or tender vegetables, wrapping them in corn husks helps maintain moisture and prevents them from drying out, ensuring a juicy, flavorful result. Use a terracotta saucer for indirect heat. Are you looking for an easy way to create indirect heat zones on your grill? A terracotta saucer, like the ones used under plant pots, can be a game changer. Place it beneath the grilling rack, and it will diffuse the heat, preventing the food from cooking too quickly or burning. This is particularly useful for thicker cuts of meat or slow-cooking items that need steady, even heat. The saucer acts like a heat shield, helping you achieve perfectly cooked, juicy results without scorching. Steam veggies with ice cubes on the grill. A little-known trick for perfectly steamed veggies on the grill is to use ice cubes. Simply place ice cubes over the vegetables while they cook, and as they melt, the steam will gently soften the veggies without drying them out. This method keeps the vegetables tender while allowing them to absorb that signature grilled flavor. It's an easy way to ensure that your side dishes are perfectly cooked and bursting with flavor. No extra pots or pans needed. Avoid bones for large gatherings. When grilling for large crowds, consider avoiding cuts of meat with bones. While bone-in cuts like ribs or chicken thighs add flavor, they can also slow down cooking and make portioning more difficult. Boneless options cook faster, making them ideal for keeping up with demand at big gatherings. Plus, boneless cuts are easier for guests to eat without the hassle of navigating around bones. By choosing boneless meat, you can streamline the grilling process and serve your hungry crowd more efficiently. Rub a potato on the grate to prevent sticking. Preventing food from sticking to the grill can be as simple as rubbing a potato on the grate. The starch in the potato creates a natural The Tongtuan stick barrier between the food and the grill, making it easier to flip items like fish or veggies. Simply cut a potato in half and rub the exposed side across the hot grill grates before adding your food. This quick, natural solution eliminates the need for extra oil and keeps your dishes intact and picture perfect. Soak meat in beer to tenderize it. For a flavorful and tender piece of meat, try soaking it in beer before grilling. The enzymes and acidity in beer help break down tough muscle fibers, resulting in meat that is softer and easier to chew. Beer also adds a rich, subtle flavor to the meat, enhancing its taste without overpowering the natural flavors. Simply marinate the meat in beer for a few hours before grilling for a deliciously tender and juicy result. It's an effortless way to upgrade your grilling game. Brining enhances flavor. Brining is a simple yet effective way to lock in flavor and moisture before grilling. To create a basic brine, dissolve a quarter cup of salt in 4 cups of water. You can also add sugar, herbs, or spices like peppercorns and bay leaves for extra flavor. Submerge the meat completely and refrigerate for 1 to 4 hours, depending on the cut and thickness. After brining, pat the meat dry before grilling to get a crisp, flavorful crust. This easy technique results in juicier, more flavorful grilled meat. Slow cooking for better barbecue. To achieve tender, fall-off-the-bone barbecue, try slow cooking your meat at a low temperature. Set up your grill for indirect heat by placing the coals on one side and the meat on the other, or use a smoker. Maintain a temperature of around 225 degrees Fahrenheit to 250 degrees Fahrenheit and cook larger cuts like ribs, brisket, or pork shoulder for several hours, up to 12 hours for some cuts. Use a meat thermometer to ensure the internal temperature reaches the desired level. Slow cooking guarantees deeply flavorful, tender results. Wrap meat in bacon to keep it juicy. To keep your meat moist and flavorful, wrap it in bacon before grilling. Lay strips of bacon across your chosen cut like chicken breast or pork tenderloin and secure them with toothpicks or kitchen twine to prevent them from unraveling. As the bacon cooks, it releases fat that bastes the meat, keeping it juicy and adding a smoky flavor. Grill over medium heat, turning occasionally until the bacon is crisp and the meat reaches the proper internal temperature. Rub garlic on grill grates before cooking. For an extra layer of flavor, rub a whole garlic clove directly onto your preheated grill grates. Start by heating the grill to medium-high, then cut a clove of garlic in half and rub the cut side along the hot grates. The heat will release the garlic's natural oils, creating a subtle seasoning that enhances the flavor of anything you cook, from meats to vegetables. It's a quick, simple trick that imparts a rich, aromatic taste without overpowering the food. Wrap herbs in foil and place them on coals for added flavor. To infuse your grilled food with herbal aromas, wrap fresh herbs like rosemary, thyme, or sage in a small foil packet. Lightly crush the herbs to release their oils, then fold the foil loosely to allow air circulation. Place the packet directly on the hot coals or beneath the grates if using a gas grill. As the herbs heat up, they'll produce aromatic smoke that flavors your meat or vegetables, adding a subtle yet fragrant taste without extra seasoning. Toast the buns. Toasting buns is an easy way to elevate your burgers or sandwiches. Simply place the buns cut side down directly on the grill for 1 to 2 minutes over medium heat. The grill's heat creates a lightly crispy texture and a warm, golden finish, preventing the buns from getting soggy once loaded with juicy meats or toppings. Keep an eye on them to avoid burning and pull them off as soon as they're lightly toasted. This small step adds a satisfying crunch to every bite. Use fruit-bearing woods for grilling. For an extra layer of flavor, try grilling with fruit-bearing woods like apple, cherry, or peach. These woods produce a mild, sweet smoke that pairs beautifully with pork, poultry, and even seafood. Simply soak wood chips in water for 30 minutes before grilling. Then scatter them over your charcoal or place them in a smoker box on a gas grill. As the wood burns, it releases aromatic smoke that enhances your food's flavor without overpowering it. Fruit-bearing woods are a fantastic way to add a subtle sweetness to your grilled dishes. Create a fire pit grill with a dug hole. Do you want to take your grilling experience to the next level? Dig a fire pit in your backyard for an authentic, rustic grilling setup. Start by digging a hole about 2 feet wide and 1 foot deep. Line the bottom with rocks for heat retention, then build a wood or charcoal fire. Once the coals are glowing, place a metal grate or grill rack over the pit to cook your food. This DIY grill allows for slow cooking over a steady, intense heat, perfect for large cuts or communal meals outdoors. Use dried corn cobs for kindling. Are you looking for a natural, eco-friendly way to start your grill? Dried corn cobs make excellent kindling. Once fully dried, corn cobs ignite quickly and burn hot, making them ideal for getting your charcoal or wood fire started. Simply place a few cobs under your fuel source and light them with a match or lighter. As they burn, the cobs will help your fire spread evenly, ensuring a consistent heat for grilling. It's a resourceful way to recycle leftovers from your kitchen or garden into useful grilling materials. Smoke whole tenderloin. Smoking a whole tenderloin is a fantastic way to achieve a rich, smoky flavor while keeping the meat tender and juicy. Start by seasoning the tenderloin with a dry rub or marinade. Then prepare your smoker or grill for indirect heat, aiming for a temperature of around 225 degrees Fahrenheit. Use wood chips like hickory, oak, or mesquite for a bold flavor. Smoke the tenderloin for 1.5 to 2 hours, or until it reaches an internal temperature of 135 degrees Fahrenheit for medium rare. The result is a flavorful, melt-in-your-mouth masterpiece. Boiling tough cuts before grilling. Boiling tough cuts of meat before grilling can help tenderize them for better results. Cuts like ribs, brisket, or tougher steaks benefit from a pre-boil because it breaks down connective tissues, making the meat softer and easier to grill. Simply boil the meat in water with seasonings like garlic, bay leaves, and peppercorns for 30 to 60 minutes, depending on thickness. After boiling, pat the meat dry and grill it over high heat to develop a crispy, caramelized crust while keeping the inside juicy. Place a small bowl of water on the grill to keep meat moist. A simple yet effective trick for keeping meat moist during grilling is placing a small bowl of water on the grill. The water evaporates as the grill heats up, adding moisture to the air inside, which helps prevent meats from drying out, especially during long cook times. This technique works particularly well with lean cuts like chicken breasts or pork tenderloin, which can easily lose moisture. Just make sure the bowl is heat safe and positioned away from direct flames for optimal results. Handle flare-ups. Flare-ups can happen when fat drips onto hot coals or flames, but handling them properly can save your food from burning. If a flare-up occurs, don't panic. Move the food to a cooler part of the grill or use a spray bottle with water to gently dampen the flames. Avoid closing the lid too tightly, as this can trap heat and worsen the situation. To minimize future flare-ups, trim excess fat from meats before grilling and keep an eye on high-fat cuts like sausages and burgers. Indirect heat for grilling. Using indirect heat is a great method for cooking larger cuts or delicate items that require slower, more even cooking. To set up for indirect grilling, place your coals or heat source on one side of the grill and cook the food on the opposite side. This allows heat to circulate around the food without direct exposure to high temperatures, preventing burning and ensuring the inside cooks through. Indirect heat is perfect for roasts, whole chickens, and other items that benefit from a slower cook. Plan ahead and marinate. Marinating is a game changer when it comes to grilling, and planning ahead is key to maximizing flavor. A good marinade combines acid, like lemon juice or vinegar, oil, and seasonings to both tenderize and flavor the meat. Allow the meat to marinate for at least a few hours, or overnight if possible, for the best results. Marinating not only adds flavor, but also helps lock in moisture during grilling, resulting in more succulent, flavorful meat. Whether it's chicken, steak, or veggies, a little planning goes a long way. You bring the meat, we'll bring the heat dinners. For gatherings where everyone contributes, you bring the meat, we'll bring the heat dinner is a fun and collaborative grilling tradition. Guests can bring their favorite meats or veggies, and the host provides the grill and fire. This style of dinner encourages variety, from steaks and ribs to veggie skewers, while also giving each guest control over their meal. It's a great way to bring people together and showcase different grilling techniques, ensuring every dish is cooked to perfection. Place bread on the grill to find hot spots. Do you want to know where the hot spots are in your grill? A simple trick is to place slices of bread evenly across the grates. Let them cook for a minute or two, then flip them over. The darker slices will indicate where your grill's heat is most intense, while lighter spots show cooler areas. This helps you manage cooking times more effectively, allowing you to adjust your food's placement based on how quickly or slowly you want it to cook. Keep food warm with a tray on the top rack. Keeping grilled food warm while finishing other items is easy with the help of the grill's top rack. Place a metal tray on the upper rack away from direct heat and transfer cooked items to this tray. The residual heat will keep the food warm without overcooking it. This is particularly useful when grilling for larger groups, ensuring that everything from steaks to vegetables stays warm and ready to serve all at once, without sacrificing quality or flavor. Use a hot brick on steaks for even cooking. For perfectly even cooked steaks, try using a hot brick. Wrap a clean brick in aluminum foil and preheat it on the grill. Once your steaks are seared on one side, place the hot brick on top of the steaks. The weight of the brick helps press the meat down, ensuring full contact with the grill grates for an even sear. It also traps heat, speeding up cooking and adding a crispy, delicious crust. This method works especially well with thicker cuts. Grill citrus for smoky sweetness. Grilling citrus fruits like oranges, lemons, or grapefruits adds a smoky sweetness to your meal. Simply slice the fruit in half and place it cut side down on the grill over medium heat. Grill for a few minutes until the fruit is caramelized and slightly charred. The heat enhances the natural sugars, creating a delicious contrast between sweet and smoky. Grilled citrus can be used as a topping for meats, added to salads, or squeezed over grilled seafood for an extra burst of flavor. Use a soda can as a smoker. Turn an ordinary soda can into a simple smoker for your grill. Start by rinsing out an empty can, then poke holes in the sides. Fill it with damp wood chips. Place it on the grill next to the heat source and close the lid. As the wood chips heat up, they'll release fragrant smoke that adds deep, smoky flavor to your meat or vegetables. It's an easy solution for achieving that delicious smoked flavor without needing a dedicated smoker. Don't press meat. When grilling burgers or steaks, resist the urge to press down on them with a spatula. According to Grandpa, pressing meat forces out the flavorful juices, leading to drier, less tender results. Those juices are essential for keeping the meat moist and flavorful as it cooks. Instead, let the meat cook undisturbed, flipping only once when it's ready. This allows for better caramelization and ensures that each bite is juicy and packed with flavor. Pressing might seem tempting, but it's best to let the grill do the work. Brush meat with mayo to prevent sticking. A surprising but effective tip to prevent meat from sticking to the grill is brushing it with mayonnaise. Unlike oil, mayo sticks well to the meat, forming a protective layer that helps create a golden brown crust while keeping the food from adhering to the grates. The oil and egg in the mayo also add a rich flavor without overpowering the meat. Lightly coat chicken, fish, or even veggies with a thin layer of mayo before grilling for perfect searing and easy flipping. Don't grill store-made burgers. Grilling pre-made, store-bought burgers might be convenient, but they often lack the flavor and quality of homemade patties. Store-made burgers are typically packed with fillers and preservatives, which can result in dry, flavorless meat. Instead, make your own patties using fresh ground beef, seasoning them with salt, pepper, and other spices for a richer, juicier result. By controlling the ingredients and shaping the burgers yourself, you'll get a far tastier and more satisfying grilling experience. Cook tough cuts slowly. Tough cuts of meat like brisket, short ribs, or chuck need to be cooked slowly. Eat to achieve tender, flavorful results. These cuts have more connective tissue, which requires low and slow cooking to break down. Set your grill to low heat or use indirect heat to slowly cook the meat over a longer period, allowing the fat and collagen to melt into the meat. This method keeps the meat moist and tender, resulting in deliciously soft, pull-apart textures that are perfect for barbecue. For more contents like this, click here to subscribe.